Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing kind of like a sequel to how I do my own nails. I've done two videos of this before. One was with tips and gel, I think, and the other one was dip powder with tips. This time I'm going to be doing just short nails, natural nails, no tips, none of that, no crazy equipment. This is like a very easy, do it at home, not quick, but quicker than the other ones, not as much skill needed tutorial. I'm just going to be showing you guys how I do my dip powder on just my natural short nails. I've been loving short nails lately. They're just so cute. I love the color, perfect for Valentine's Day. I'm using the KIARA Sky Dip Powder Kit. They did send me that for my last video, but this video is not sponsored. They don't even know I'm making it. I'm just going to be using that kit in this video. If you want, I still have a code with them if you want to go buy that kit. It doesn't really benefit me at all, but I'm just letting you guys know there is a code in the description if you want to buy the kit and get a little discount. But basically, this is how I do my nails now. I haven't been to the salon in such a long time because I just do my own nails with the kit, and it's really fun. I love being able to customize it, and my nails look so cute. Look at them. So short, so simple. If you want to see how I do natural nail, dip powder, whatever, I don't even know what you would call it, keep watching. First, you want to start with clean nails like this. And by the way, sorry if my hands look like kind of swollen. It's very hot in here, so please do not roast me in the comments. You can roast me about other stuff, don't roast me on my hands. Okay, I want to start with clean nails, and for this tutorial I'm not going to be doing tips or anything, just natural nails. So this is like a short nail tutorial. Before you start, if you need to take anything off, the way I take off dip powder is I take a bowl of acetone and I soak my fingers in it, and I just kind of like rub it off with a paper towel, and it usually comes off decently quick, maybe like 30 minutes. It doesn't damage your nails at all because it's just dissolving. You're not like drilling it or anything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just cut them because they're not very even. I'm just gonna cut them into like a square shape in a straight line so that they have a decent shape to them, like that. So now that I've trimmed them, I'm just gonna take a file, and what I'm gonna do with the file is just shape them even better. So I'm just gonna go straight across like this, and then on the sides I'm just gonna go along the side to kind of even it out. I finished filing them. I zoomed in a little just so you can see better, but as you can see, they are now all in a good square shape. So now what I'm doing is just buffing out each nail like this, and I'm just roughening the surface. You don't want to go too hard or anything. I'm just gonna brush away all of the dust, and then what I'm gonna do is start applying the dip powder. So I'm gonna zoom in a little more actually. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take your bond, and by the way, for this whole video I'm using KIARA Sky's dip powder kit, and you're just gonna take that and put that all over the nail so that it dehydrates it and gets it ready for the application. So then you want to get your natural powder. This comes in the kit, and it's basically just a natural colored kind of clearish powder for the base of your nails. I'm gonna take this base right here, and my bottle is kind of dirty, so ignore that. So I'm gonna take this base and I'm gonna paint about 3/4 of the nail. And then you're gonna take your nail and just dip it into the natural powder at a 45-degree angle, tap it off, and that's what you will have. You're doing that on every single nail just as a base to get started. When you finish one hand, you don't wanna brush away anything, you just wanna let it sit and then go on to the next hand. And then when I finish this hand, I brush off this hand and continue the next step. So I've done both hands. Now what I'm gonna do is put away the natural powder, and we're gonna take out our color. The color I'm using today is called Lunar or Later. It's kind of like a nude pink, and I thought it'd be so cute for Valentine's Day, but this is actually one of their newest colors. This is my first time trying it out, and by the way, to mix it, you just want to turn it clockwise and let it rotate. Now what I'm going to do is take this brush and just clean off the one hand, and this helps it from getting chunky. You don't want to leave powder on there. Now what I'm going to do is take the base again and paint almost to the cuticle, but not quite, because you still want to leave a little gap so that it doesn't get too chunky at the base. Then you're gonna dip it in, And there is your first dip. So I'm gonna do this on every single nail, of course, and then I'll be back. There is one hand dipped with the first coat. And don't forget to brush off your second hand. And what I'm gonna do now is just do the second coat. So for this one, you wanna go close to the cuticle, not on it, because then it's gonna cause it to lift. And I don't really like to touch my cuticles anymore. I just like to let them chill. That's what I'm gonna do, is just go very close to the base of the nail and do a second coat. Okay, so I finished both hands. They both have 2 coats of the color on now. So I'm gonna take my brush and brush them off again. And you wanna do this really well because we're gonna be dipping into the clear powder now, which is kind of like a top coat. You could contaminate the clear if you don't get all the powder off. They do sell a system where it's easier to use a little bit of the clear powder, not the whole jar, but I don't find a problem with it as long as you really are careful with getting your hands really clean before you do it. So I'm gonna start with this hand, and I'm gonna get my clear powder. It looks just like the natural powder, so you gotta be careful with the labels, but I'm gonna rotate it, set it up. I'm just gonna go and paint over my entire nail with the base and dip into the clear, and then we'll be done with all of the dipping. Just go all over the nail. I just finished doing the clear. Now what I'm gonna do is take my brush off all the extra powder. And what you're gonna do now is take the number 3 bottle, the Seal Protect. And this is what's gonna be what sets the powder in place and allows it to dry down. So make sure you get each nail really well. So you're gonna wait for it to dry, and once they're dry, you'll be able to tap it and hear a clicking noise. So what you want to do now is take your file and just shape them again and just clean up all of the edges. You don't have to go crazy with it, but just clean up the edges so that each nail is a good shape again. I've shaped all of my nails and they are in a better shape. Sorry, I'm annoying. So now they look nice and square. What we're gonna do now is kind of one of the most annoying parts, but since we have short nails and we don't have any tips, this is a lot easier than when you do have tips. We're just gonna even out the surface of the nail so that they aren't bumpy or a weird shape or too thick. When I do the short nails, all I do is buff them with the buffer until they look nice and smooth all around. They're not too lumpy, they're not too thick already just because it's on a natural nail. So this shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna take the buffer and go across each nail like this to make sure the surface is nice and even, and make sure you focus a lot around the cuticle so it's not too thick. All of the fingers are buffed now. Usually what you would do next is do another layer of the Seal Protect, but I'm actually going to be using this non-wipe gel top coat, and it's a lot easier. I think it's prettier, it lasts longer. So what I'm going to do is take a file and just go across the surface of each nail just so that the surface is very rough for the gel and it has something to stick to. And you don't have to go crazy with this, just make sure that the surface is not smooth, and then we can apply the gel. Okay, so now every nail is prepped for the gel, so I'm going to take my brush off all of the extra dust. Now for this step you need a gel UV light, and what I'm going to do is mix it up, and I'm going to just do 1 layer on each nail and then cure each hand for about a minute. I also like to cure the thumb by itself for about 30 seconds. It's easier to do the rest of the nails, not having to worry about the side of your hand when you put your whole hand in, because your thumb is like awkwardly to the side, so that's just something I do. Curing for 1 minute. So now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna wash my hands, put on some lotion, and then I'm going to use this Nourish oil on my cuticles. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll be done. I'm just gonna put on some of this lotion. It really doesn't matter what kind you use. And then lastly, I'm just gonna take the oil and put it on each cuticle. Rub it in. This is the final product. Very simple, cute, short nails. Quick to do, took me less than an hour in real time, and they look so cute for Valentine's Day. Plus, it's just very simple. I love the feeling of short nails. So I'm gonna take you guys to the outro now. Okay guys, so thank you for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and of course, check out my other 2 videos on how I do my nails at home, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. Just wanted to give you guys a close-up look of the nails. This is the final product, as you can see. Obviously they're not perfect because they're not really like sculpted from God himself when you do the tips, but they're very cute, very girl next door, very simple, and I love them. Love the color too.